I'm overheating, folks. All right, crisis averted. Somehow on this day, in this moment, I chose to be in the same place as this bird flying behind me. I think I'm gonna make it to that little tree right there. I made it to the tree. Can you see that? Did I mention we've still got a waterfall to see here at Stone Mountain? I can already kind of smell it coming in the air. Remember being up there with those birds? Did it work? Can you see it yet in the camera? Can you see the, can you see it coming? All right, before we spoil the main attraction here, Ralphie wants to get a little dip. Well, let's experience it. Cold breeze coming off the rocks, just pouring up over the edge right there. Okay. Wow. See the birds flying in the distance? And this right here behind me, I recognize that from the pictures. This right here is Stone Mountain. So I think this is going to be our thumbnail spot too. Or at least I recognize all those. See those lines coming down the mountain like that? Maybe it's all over this place. I could be wrong, but I think that's the spectacle right there behind me. Stone Mountain. What'd you think, Ralph? We're heading forward. Hopefully towards the great giant itself. Just down in the gully. This feels like I'm climbing on the back of a sleeping giant right now. And depending on how I edit this video, you may have heard me, say that for the first time, or you may have heard me say that for the, 10th or 20th time at this point. See, way down there, and my wiggly little finger. That's where we just came from. I mean, here's the kind of views I'm seeing just walking up the side of this. Walking up on top of this giant. And look at this down below. Now we can actually appreciate how far we've come. You see that rocky faces all the way down there? Basically everywhere where there's not trees. That's that rocky desert that we got our first glimpse of the giant named Stone Mountain. Maybe it's because I've been climbing up here. I've got to get the sweatshirt off. I'm overheating, folks. All right, crisis averted. I've stripped the outer layer. Of course, I've left my gloves. Not only because they make my hands look cool, but I don't know, I just like having a little protection on my hands for some reason. I always feel like I'm the sticky bandit from Home Alone when I'm wearing these fingerless gloves. My son went through a little phase for like a year back when he was 3 or 4, somewhere around there, where he would never take gloves off. And there were gloves like this, but he wanted the fingers on them. So for a year, everywhere he went, gloves on his hands. So there's all these little side paths, like this one right here, just kind of jutting out. We gotta pop down one of these and see what we're dealing with here. Maybe we'll get to test our cliff bravery skills. I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I know you're not seeing exactly what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing it in Super HD. Alright. Hold on, I gotta find the right hand to hold the camera. It's a toss-up because the light's coming from here, but all the good stuff is down here. It's this way. So you might have to sacrifice some quality for the experience. I mean, everywhere you look is just sweeping views. I'm literally standing on top of a giant right now. Maybe we should have a seat on you. Stone Mountain. Come here, Ralph. Come here, Ralph. Enjoy this moment with me. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. What do you think, boy? Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look. Look. Good boy. Good boy. What do you think about this? What do you think about this, Ralph? What do you think about this view? Somehow on this day, in this moment, I chose to be in the same place as this bird flying behind me. If that's not magic, then I'm not sure what magic actually is. Maybe I got the definition wrong. But to me, that's magic. To me, being on top of this giant, seeing those mountains in the distance, just layer after layer after layer. My palms are sweaty. My legs are a little shaky. The sleeping giant's been speaking to me. All right, let me give you one more view on the way out too, because this is a special one. Change that. There we go. I hope you guys can see the detail that I'm seeing. Anyways, let's make our way back. This was a little divot. Man, what a little treat that was. So I found myself in sort of this, just a nice little refreshing spot. At this point, I've almost forgotten that there's a waterfall that we're going to get to experience here at the end of this trail too. Wow. It just kind of like opens up. See it right there? What am I on? Oh man. Here's another view for you. Same range and everything as before, but from a slightly different location. Stone Mountain is it's got a real gentle energy to it. It's gentle on you. Look at this one. This one really is like a moon rock. Let's try and get a cool shot from the ground level. That's another thing. If someone wants to let me know how these little very spherical craters get formed in here, I'd be interested in that too. Here we go again. Stone Mountain. I think I'm gonna make it to that little tree right there and then come back up. Just because it feels so awesome to walk around on this potted boulder that is Stone Mountain. I made it to the tree. Can you see that? Right there. There it is. Still flying around with the birds. Right there. Did we get a good shot, Ralph? Try one more? Try one more? On top of Stone Mountain. My boy Ralph here. Sitting in front of a beautiful view. And I've even got a comfy little chair that I'm nuzzled into here. The days just don't get more perfect than this. It's an amazing view from the top of Stone Mountain. The majestic giant. Did I mention we've still got a waterfall to see here at Stone Mountain? This place just keeps on giving and giving and giving. I think we actually might be going down. Yeah, I can see it right over there. There's a little tiny staircase. Got these stairs all by yourself, Ralph? Good boy. I love when there's some tree roots they just always seem to be in the right place. Sometimes I wonder if it kind of just like, you ever seen a movie where like the vines are growing? I almost wonder if the trees are helping me out and kind of popping out for me as a little step. What a cool trek so far though, down the side of this rock. Stone, I should say. More stairs. I love when you're coming down these big rocks, how it feels like you're going through layers and layers of different environments where, you know, the temperature seems to change a little bit, the wind seems to change a little bit, the environment seems to change a little bit. There'll be more greens or more, you know, in that case back there, more like burnt trees and stuff. But yeah, it feels like going down through layers of a cake or something like that when you're coming down these big mountains. I can already kind of smell it coming in the air that we're going to just descend into a more jungle-like environment. This is my kind of this is the sort of environment I love the most. It's North Carolina jungle, at least in my mind. You hear that bird talking to us? What are you saying? That's a woodpecker. I see him right there. Lots of fingers. I can't even do that one. I mean, that is the Stone Mountain that we came for. Remember being up there with those birds? Way up at their level? I swear time moves. I don't know if I want to say slower or just differently when you're out here. Sometimes it seems time moves faster, and sometimes it seems to move slower. But let me show you what I just found. I had to finish up that thought. Friends, we made it at Stone Mountain. It's Jim. Can you see him? Jim boy. Now is when you're like being up at the top of that. What? Now you can actually kind of, it's making my legs a little bit wiggly thinking that I could have, you know, slid down all of that. So much has happened all at once. That was probably the most amazing view of Stone Mountain right there of the whole day. We just saw Hiker Jim. I just can't even believe Hiker Jim came out and said hello. Onward to the final waterfall. And aren't you glad? I'm glad I saved it for last. You'll be glad I saved it for last too. All right, so here's my big plan. I'm gonna put my bag here against a tree so it can hold the camera. And I'm gonna try and get a dunk shot. I think this is our spot. All right. Hopefully that works. Can you see me? Up here, I already jumped in. Did it work? Did you even get in there? Did you get in there too, boy? And yes, that was every bit as refreshing. In fact, I think that might have been a little bit more refreshing than I was expecting. I'm a little jealous of people with really long hair because I just feel like dunking my head and throwing my hair back would be so rewarding. This is a bit of a different waterfall than I've ever seen. It's unique. I like it. It's like sliding down a rock. It looks like a water slide. Can you get a shot of that? So I spoke too soon, and that is that is the Stone Mountain Falls. It's special to me because yeah, like I said, it looks like a water slide. It's different than any waterfall I've seen, but I haven't seen many. I can't stop thinking about just like sliding. Even though it would almost surely, I don't know if it would end me. The upper part of the falls. Does that sound good? She just keeps on going. All right. More stairs. More stairs. I don't know if you recognize this, but we actually passed this chimney on the way in. This marks the loop. Now it's just a short hike back that way towards my car, and this adventure is over. So I described Stone Mountain as a gentle giant, and that's really what it was. It had waterfalls, had a soaking spot for me to get my head wet. It had it all. But the thing about Stone Mountain is it didn't specialize in any one of those one things. It didn't specialize in its cliff faces. It didn't specialize in its waterfall. But they were all, the entire experience was just a gentle, calm experience. Just, like having an adventure with a giant. I probably said that a billion times this video, but I guess I'll say it one more time. Gentle giant, because that's how I describe Stone Mountain. And that was our adventure. There it was, folks. And did you see what I saw in that loop? Even on the way out, a little goodbye.